now focus on Latin America, where nationalization is hitting countries all over South America, including oil companies, utility companies, all being taken over. For example, Venezuela has been leading the charge towards nationalization for the past 13 years. Argentina is in the mix as well. Bolivia has also followed suit. In 2006, or I should say, since then, Bolivia has been sued on different occasions in international court over the nationalization of multinational companies' assets in natural gas, electricity, mining, and in the telecom region. The United Nations recently praised Bolivia, which was one of the poorest countries in South America, for its economic performance or reforms. At the last UN General Assembly, General Secretary Ban Ki-moon met with Bolivian President Evo Morales and singled out Bolivia for its 6.5% growth rate that they've had for the past year. Joel Richards reports that there's a lot more that needs to be done.
Despite its vast mineral wealth, Bolivia remains one of the poorest countries on the continent, but no longer the poorest.
In South America, Bolivia has always been the poorest. That's changed since 2011.
Luis Arce, the Bolivian economy minister, is one of the longest-serving members of the Evo Morales government. He says Bolivia is proud of its progress in reducing extreme poverty, defined by the World Bank as an income of less than $1.25 a day.
It's not just reducing it. Now we want to eliminate it. By 2025, we want zero extreme poverty. That's the main challenge for this government.
Evo Morales won the Bolivian presidency in 2006. His track record in keeping an election promise to reduce poverty earned him praise from the UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon. Bolivia's extreme poverty is down by a third to 43%.
The paradox is that Evo Morales, a campesino leader who was an anti-American and against the IMF and World Bank, managed to achieve the praise of these institutions for economic policies in such a short time.
The Morales government has combined prudence with radical measures. The wave of nationalizations, most notably in the energy sector, made headlines around the world. In 2004, Bolivia took over oil and gas producer YPFB. While soaring oil prices boosted the company's balance sheet, the company says efficiency made a difference too.
Now is the best moment in YPFB's history. It is the most powerful YPFB. In less than 7 years, doubled gas production.
Investment has quadrupled since 2005, according to YPFB. Bolivia has nationalized mostly former state-run enterprises, including private telecom, water and mining companies, as well as the airports. Rather than scare away foreign investment, though, data from Bolivia's central bank shows just the opposite has happened. In 6 years, foreign direct investment in Bolivia went from a negative $291 million to more than $850 million in 2011, a net increase of around 400%. In 2012, the level of foreign investment amounted to 3.6% of the country's economy, better than most countries in South America.
In 2005, oil companies didn't invest. They left the country just 18% of the profit. Now we have more oil companies working here than in 2005, which contradicts this idea that we scared them away. Quite the opposite. Now there are more.
Even YPFB concedes nationalization has been good for the Bolivian people. With an average per capita income of just over $5,000 a year, YPFB has kept the cost of gas near rock bottom.
400,000 people this year and 500,000 homes next year will be connected to gas. That is social side of what YPFB is doing.
The process of nationalization has had its setbacks. A lack of expertise in several state-run industries has held back progress.
We've started the process of industrialization with something of a delay. We thought it would be much sooner. We've seen that we need to have the right human resources, and that's been one of the problems we've found.
Arce also says Bolivia needs to diversify its economy and avoid over-reliance on his country's natural resources. Bolivia's economy has been transformed by the nationalization of its key sectors, particularly energy. Now the government says that it must industrialize to avoid relying on the price of its resources. Joel Richards, CCTV, La Paz.